This broadcast is inappropriate for all ages, right here on #WeAreMovieClub. It's the Weird Movie Club. I am Camerai. Salutations. I am combat ready. I'll get it down. I'll get the pacing one day. Far from now. Perhaps somewhere far to the north. Like where our this week's movies came from. Birdie kind of apparently just picks things that she wants to watch, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There doesn't seem to be a consistent enough community around there to actually like pick like anything as a group. So she wanted to see Glacier, which is a foreign film. I was trying to figure out what country it was, and I gave up. I got distracted because I'm trying to make sure my YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel, doesn't get banned like this one did. Community guideline strikes my ass. So hey kitty. So there's pizza over here, so the cats may get more involved than normal. But oh, that's weird. I'm not seeing one. What do you do when everything's fucked? So there's a lot of reading to this. It's available on Netflix. You can go watch it for yourself if you like to, but be aware there is reading involved. So I hate to shortchange you there. And I'm not really into reading in movies anymore. What's up, streaming? But it is what it is. And we brought that up in conversation while we were watching the movie. And there are good foreign movies that aren't dubbed over, that you have to watch subtitles. Immediately off the top of my head, Run the Little Run. Amelie is also really good. There's a bunch of Japanese stuff. Battle Royale, Old Boy in particular. So you can't discount it entirely, but this is not that. As you can see kind of from the poster a little bit, this is a bug. So that intrigued me right off the bat. I was like, oh, there's giant man-eating bugs, eh? And there are that. Though it's weird because it starts off on this whole premise of it's a shift in biology. It's an evolutionary advantage that we're witnessing. And apparently, like, what the red stuff is, it's like an algae that's growing on the glacier. And so all this life that lives around it, and Glacier doesn't have to be, I mean, let me say this too, let's define what a glacier is, because to me it's a fucking mountain. It's not a glacier. It's a mountain that happens to have some ice at the top. Whereas, like, normally I think glacier, I'm thinking like the Arctic, Antarctica is like one big glacier. This is a mountain that has some ice at the top, or snow, and then like a lot of it turns red at one point because there's this algae or whatever. Excuse me. And apparently, like, things are eating it, and it mysteriously disappears and shows up, and there's these people wondering about it. Streaming, I don't have people over. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I wouldn't give a shit personally, because if they have a problem with that, then they don't need to be here. But back to the movie. We are thrown into like this scientific adventure of like trying to discover this stuff, and then there's this one guide who's been around forever, and he's seen scientists come and go, and it's like, just another asshole scientist. It's if it was an American movie about like Mount son of a bitch, Rushmore, or whatever, like he would be like a old redneck guy, and be like, man, been around here forever now, ain't gonna see nothing that you hadn't seen before. Like, it would be that kind of character, the wise old man type guy, but like they throw some twists in on him. So there's the scientist group up there, and then there's a group of hikers that are apparently, I don't know, like his ex or whatever is a hiking guide as well. So it's probably how they met. So like she's gonna lead people up the mountain to the science team to see whatever there is to see on this. But apparently before this hike, no one had ever seen any kind of problems with this mountain. So this is not only biology, but like rapid biological evolution. Like, think the movie Evolution rate of change. Ridiculous premise, but it gives us big bugs and stuff to hunt people. So as far as horror movies go, you've got something to work with. The other weird thing is like the bugs don't seem to care as much about their survival rate. It seems to be more about reproducing, like almost on a viral scale. They want to just reproduce and then die, so that they can continue to multiply. And there's problems with that model, and like virologists would back this up. That like you'll end up, especially with parasites, you'll end up killing your hosts off. You can't sustain that evolutionarily. So it's weird, but it creates a dangerous situation with stupid people involved. So we'll roll with it. The first thing they notice is like this fox that got torn to bits, and like the fox is at the beginning of the movie before we get to the people and everything, and like so we see the fox alive and hissing at something, and it gets torn to bits and infected. I don't know, but like something jumps. I think I'm not even sure, honestly, because the way that each bug that is presented replicates is a little bit different. But it seems like there's some kind of like worm thing in the fox, and then it jumps to the dog that finds the fox body. So the dog gets sick, and of course that's a horrible moment for everybody in the audience. That was fun to watch with people, because the dog didn't do anything. He's just being a dog. He's like, oh, what's the smell? And so there's like an old Yeller moment where like the guy's got to like put his dog down and he can't do it, and then like the girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend shows up and be like, we gotta do this, guy, and like I don't know. I don't know how to phrase that, like but like between the two of them they end up putting him down. I'll go spoil that right now. I don't really expect anyone to see this and then go watch this movie, because I can't sell it that well. But they're like the character, it's just all over the place. Like there's and from here out, like there's no real plot per se, like sequentially, except for the hikers making it up the mountain to the other group, and then maybe the order of people dying, maybe doing the surgery. Okay, so there's this one character that befuddles the shit out of me. There is like, I called her Hot Jogger. And not even that, like, I was that into her, just, like, arbitrary, attractive running person. Like, it's almost a trope in horror films. But, like, literally, I don't remember her name. These people don't know her. She's just running on the mountain. And then all of a sudden, like, a possessed eagle. Like, 'cause that's what happens, is, like, the bugs seem to get into these things and then, on a genetic level, change these animals. Like the fox gets changed, they find a roly-poly thing they think is the fox, and then this eagle thing gets changed. So this eagle's like chasing her, and then she runs into the group, and then the group is trying to carry one of their guys that got stung by a bug. And it's I don't know, like she gets attacked and injected in her leg, and they figure out eventually that it's dude, I don't know, like she wasn't even that well endowed, like, so it wasn't like a slow motion breast bounce thing. It wasn't that at all. But sorry, streaming. So, but they tried to do surgery, and like the dog, I guess, was too far gone by the time they started trying to kill it. But like the girl they try to save, they actually like cut the leg, and they do like this medieval like cauterization bit, and then they give her enough drugs, I guess, to knock her out, so she's not in pain from it, because they open up her leg and remove some stuff. So like that's no small feat. So, but like right after that, the dude who got stung shows up, and like he's got like all these boils on his face, and of course they all explode. And the normal trope for that sort of thing is that like spiders hatch out of them and they crawl all over the place. To me, that's a lot scarier. Like this was mosquitoes popping out and flying everywhere, and it was really not nearly as unsettling. But like they're all freaking out and swatting at things, and like they're just trying to protect themselves as best they can and stay away from the guy. And of course, the girl who they put under is on the table in the middle of the room, and they look over and like the camera shows like one like feasting on her face, and then I guess there's a fire, and they run away because they didn't pull her out. She's not there later, and they cry about it. I don't know why. I like everyone watching the movie with me was very confused about that, and I was like, well, it's got to be like the realization of it, like it's just real all of a sudden that like things are happening, and despite losing friends and people they actually care about, it's like it just seeing someone die right in front of you or burning to death in a building or whatever, like the reality hits, and I think we're supposed to emote based off their emote, or find empathy based off their emote, and I don't know, it was kind of like, really? Like, why did only that one die? Like, I liked her better than a lot of these characters, even though we didn't get much out of her. I don't know, they're really, I didn't relate well to any of the characters. The scientists didn't seem to be very smart, except for the guide. The guide and his ex-girlfriend had like the best survival instincts in the entire movie. Of course, these are probably like geologists and stuff. I think maybe there was a biochemist in the group. But hey, what are you gonna do? It's Norwegia or Scandinavia or something like that. And if they were as smart as they stereotypically are in real life, then there's probably nothing going on for it, because horror movies are fueled by stupidity. They require people to do very stupid things in order to move the plot along. And I'll be honest, I was not engaged in this. Like, I was talking in chat quite a bit. I forgot to like take notes for several points of the movie. I got up and left for a minute and came back. I don't remember what I was doing. I remember walking away from the computer for a minute. And I'm looking at my notes. I don't think I really missed anything. The giant ram. Okay, there was two beasties that were a little confusing. Like, I don't know where they came from. The giant ram makes sense. There's goats on the mountain, or sheep on the mountain, and then like so of course there's gonna be rams. But we didn't get like a herd of sheep. We just got like a ram who was like busting into the little shed that they were in. And then there was this giant thing I thought was the dog. I really thought it was the dog had finally transformed, but it turns out that it was a rat, or I guess a wolf or something. And the practicals in this movie are actually pretty good. They put a lot of detail into everything, like in this movie, like with the bugs and the mandibles and the way everything functions. Like, somebody really cared about putting this movie together well. It just doesn't, to me, it doesn't piece together. There are probably people that like it. Let's see. Oh yeah, the ram, like the old lady kills it with a drill in the head, which not only does that take a while, but it's like it takes a little bit of strength too. So I was really impressed with her. So you know she's a survivor. She's a fighter. Yeah, like I want to take up more time, but I don't want to just talk to talk. I did manage to do a review for this, and I put that on the Tumblr. Sorry, sometimes the cats are fascinating. He's like, I've got this like, it looks like a box for a mini fridge if it was a 1.5 mini fridges tall, and he's scratching on it, and like he's starting to wear into the box, so he's like looking in the box to see if there was anything in there. Cats are funny. Let's see. Is there really anything? Oh, the end of the movie. I definitely want to circle back to that, but give me just a second. Just a second. Oh yeah, as soon as they said Luca's name, I was like, oh, Luca's dead. He was like the guy trying to help the guy who got bit by the mosquito. Like, he was carrying him. I'm like, he's just gonna get slowed down by that guy. Something's gonna get him. And sure enough, like, he got spiked through the chest or something, like, almost immediately after I said it. I was like, yep, see, there you go. So people who do giant bug movies and don't go the extra step to do like aliens or like make it an extra species or something, like in a sci-fi movie. Like I don't understand them. Like Arachnophobia, wonderful fucking movie. Truly, even today probably still holds up. You tell it like it tells almost like you were telling a campfire story. Just having it be real bugs like doesn't make sense. Like you go to The Mist, the movie, not the series, and like I kind of get that because they're aliens. It's like, okay, that's a whole other species. There's extra stuff going on. We go to Starship Troopers, as bad a movie as that might be. We have giant alien bug race, and like, okay, so I get that. Alien, the Alien franchise, Species, like those are taking like an extra couple steps, but just doing like normal, like mutant bugs, like giant things. I don't know. It doesn't strike me as much. It makes me feel like somebody has like a personal affliction with bugs, like a phobia, something almost irrational, and then they're doing this to work out those issues. And that could be true, could be false. Who knows? I hope it worked for them and other people. I could see this being really cathartic for people that are afraid of bugs, and really kind of work through an issue or two, just enjoying watching bugs die. I don't really have much more to say on this, if I'm being completely honest. So, without too much, just because I got things to do, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to knock out the other one, and we've got our Scary Movie Squad at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Rabbit /Camerai. You can join us there for Fridays and Sunday nights for movies, and then also over on TheBirdieSaurus, Rabbit /TheBirdieSaurus for MovieSaurus Mondays, to watch more of these movies with the Weirdlings community together. Yeah. So yeah, come over. Bully her into telling us what the movies are and picking things yourselves. I don't know, but yeah, it'll be a good time. It's a good time. Always meet people in chat. Usually, sometimes people are dicks, but usually there's somebody, at least one person that's interesting. Make a friend. Rabbit today. Okay, so this has been oh god, I hit the wrong one. I'm going to do it again. We're going to take another take. Where's it at? Here we go. This has been Weird Movie Club. #WeAreMovieClub. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go click the annotations and they'll take you to other channels. Thanks for watching.